you know what? I had an interesting little message left for me on my Alexandra Mayer's Live website about, remember that girl Tanner Mays?
Yes.
Remember her?
Way back.
Yeah, well, someone left me a, I'm just going to read it. Someone left me this comment on Alexandra Mayer's Live asking about Tanner Mays. And, I never knew her in person or anything. She was just someone that I used to follow with Diana on Twitter because, she just kept getting herself in trouble. Bad things kept happening to her. Yeah. It was weird. And I knew that she was watching because she would repost my videos. So, I've always kind of hoped that she, got her life wherever it needed to be and everything. But yeah, I want to read this because maybe the person who left the message is, as they say they are, and they have good intention, but considering the Tristan, Nikita Denise situation,
yeah, I know,
it could be another one of those. So I'm going to, first I'm going to read it, then I'll tell you my thoughts for the guy. He's calling himself Salvador. And then I'm going to tell my thoughts in regards to Tanner. Good morning. I recently found out who Tanner Mays is. I've talked to her for about a year on Facebook, but knew her by the name of Anaya Rodriguez. I had no idea she was in the porn business. When I found out, I was in complete shock. I'm very hurt, have had no contact with her at all because she deleted her Facebook. I just hope and pray that the prayers for her go to open her eyes and get away from the world she is tangling in. She is a very loving and thoughtful young woman. Any advice? So I told him, to watch this webcast and I'd address this issue. So I am. To Salvador. Walk away. Just walk away. Don't write about this issue anymore online. Don't approach anyone else with this issue. It is sad that you probably thought you were in love with someone and things didn't work out, but you really should just look at this like, wow, well, that was an interesting person to get to know, but I like my life as it is, and I realize that the only people who really can get help are people who are willing to help themselves. All right? So that's my advice for you. Leave her alone. Now, in regards to Tanner, a couple things could be going on. I don't think Tanner's legal name is Anaya Rodriguez, because Tanner is neither Puerto Rican or Latina or anything. Her name is not Anaya, and her last name is not Rodriguez. So I'm thinking, then I wonder if this really was Tanner Mays that this guy met, or if he's just, kind of in a dream fantasy world and he thinks things, or he's playing out a fantasy on, AlexandraMayersLive.com. I don't know. But Tanner Mays, if you did meet this guy and you didn't present yourself honestly, that's definitely not a good thing, because nowadays guys will go on the internet and talk about you. But the other scenario could be, Tanner, maybe you're being stalked, and that's why I'm just, addressing this only one time, because there's a lot of guys out there who, I think there's a rise in stalkers. I think there's more stalkers than there used to be because of the internet. People are far more accessible, social media, all the databases with your personal info, your address, your government info, whatever's publicly known about you. So You know, that's the reason why doing porn isn't a good idea. But, you know, I've heard so many things about Tanner Mays over the years, on and off. And I've always kind of felt like she just was constantly being targeted because she wouldn't break. That's what I always thought, because she has such a marketable look, but she wasn't the kind of girl that the Los Angeles porn industry was used to. She was from Florida, I think.
Oh, okay.
Or at least that's where they started her at.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's a Florida girl.
Hmm.
But that guy, I don't know who it was that put that Tanner Mays meltdown video on the internet. I mean, that was horrible when they did that to her. They were trying to make her look crazy. Then she was dating this, I remember she was with this old guy for a while. And I always thought that, and I have my reasons why. I always felt like Will Ryder was trying to pimp her constantly because she really sold his movies. Oh, well. So anyway, Tanner, if you're out there and you see this, I hope you're not being stalked. If you are, someone calling themselves Salvador Davila. And I'm going to leave that comment on Alexandra Mayer's live. But if you are seducing men and breaking their hearts, stop that too, because it will catch up to you. It will catch up to you, girl. So